Hi everybody, this is Amanda Ellis of amandaellis.co.uk and Facebook page Angelic Celestial Colours. Making a video for you on April the 1st, 2016. So we're into a fresh new month's energy. Looking back to last month, March, we obviously had those two powerful eclipses. I know a few of you struggled last month. I had some messages in that were maybe a little bit more desperate in tone than is normal. So I know that there's something going on out there with some of you who are really struggling. Hang on there, hang in there is what I want to say. Metatron is saying, if you remember back to last month's video, there was actually a life vest in the waters that you're being asked to dive into. So you're not asked to do this alone. Support is there for the changes that are coming in. And it feels as though we've all shifted forward a little bit over last month. And now we stand at the brink of a totally new month with a new energy. It does feel quite different. Wrote on my page last night that April for me stands for action. So I got that very clearly from Metatron, and just to really ram that message home, this morning at 9 o'clock, and funny enough, I didn't know if I was going to make this video this morning because I've got a client at lunchtime, and I wanted the two new pictures that are behind me to be in our video, and I wasn't sure if they were going to have arrived in time, and they did. 9 o'clock this morning. I'll just lower the camera a little bit so you can see the bottom one as well. We've got the Red Indian, who is depicting the red energy for the Archangel Metatron Oracle deck. And we have Metatron holding the sun, which we're going to refer to right away at the start of this video. So yeah, let's get on with it basically, because April feels a very action orientated, dynamic month where we need to be on top form physically as well as emotionally. The colours that I've got to hand for us, interesting actually, now I'm tuning into what I've just said about needing to be on top emotionally and physically. I've got gold, red and bronze. So within the Metatron system, gold stands for the stellar gateway chakra, situated above our heads. It's about downloads of energy coming in. But gold is also a really good colour for people who are struggling mentally. It's very good for any neurological condition. It's good for mental processes and clarity of thinking as well. Very good for depression, any low mood. So that's sort of the mental aspect. The red and the bronze strike me as very physical colours, and we're still into physicality at the moment. And a lot of people shun red. I've talked about that before in other videos of mine. But as I say, this morning the red painting arrived, so I know I need to talk about that this month as well. It's looking a bit orangey actually on the wall behind me, but I think that's just because I'm in a brand new room at the moment. The walls are yellow and it's slightly changing the tone of some of the colours that I'm working on. So no doubt I'll be getting the paintbrush out at some point and painting my walls. But it is a very deep red painting. That's gorgeous. We'll talk about that in a moment. First thing I want to do, without any further ado, is use the gold spray and then tune you into that lower picture of Metatron. So let's just put the gold around me before I pick the painting up. And I'd like you to imagine that you've just got beautiful golden energy. Connect into that, coming down around you now. And this is Archangel Metatron's gold, protection, wisdom, insight and connection to the higher realms. So with that in place, if I just lower the camera, you'll see that that picture actually has got some beautiful tones in it of deep pink, purple, and obviously the golds as well. So I'm just going to pull that painting towards me and let's connect into it properly. And what he's asking me to do is, if I put this up to the camera, he's asking you just to look into that golden ball of light that he is holding, okay? And I want you to be tuning into the center of your stomach, your solar plexus chakra. This is your power center. And allow it just to gently open to receive the gift of this beautiful sunlight that he's wanting to just place into the core of your being. Okay, so as your solar plexus chakra opens, Just allow that beautiful golden light that he's holding just to gently be dropped down into you. And you can feel an energizing energy as that happens. Also be aware that there are words that are within that golden sphere. And those words are personal to you. They are empowering. And because he is saying this month is very much about action, it's also about empowering yourself. And so rather than me saying to you what this represents and wanting you to tune in, connect in, Metatron is with you, and just get a sense of what he is saying to you now as you look at this painting. So you can either look him in the eyes, you can look into the golden sun, you can feel the wings around you. Whatever way feels right, just connect into this powerful image and allow him to speak to you now. What is it that he is saying to you that is important for you to hear at the start of this new month? Okay, and then with that in place, he's also saying to say to me, to talk about the collective light that we are all engaged in gathering, that is getting stronger and stronger, even though sometimes we can't yet see it properly manifest in our world. And he's talking about the fact that darker forces in our world are sometimes better at actually managing themselves and pulling themselves together so that you see them and that they are more visible. But he's actually saying that this is an illusion, and actually the number of us now that are engaged in this beautiful light that is going to change our planet over the centuries, if you could see the number of people that he can see that is actually holding that now, you would not fall into fear. So allow any fear within you to also just start to be transmuted as you look at this painting. Okay, I'm going to put that one back. I'm going to reach for the red, okay, because we need to tune into that one now. So these aren't in their final positions on my wall, but literally, as I say, I've just put them on available nails. Okay, let's look at our red painting. Okay, this is stunning, isn't it? So this is our depiction of the red energy in the Archangel Metatron deck. What does it say to us? And I feel as though the main thing that I'm really being drawn to at the moment is the pipes of peace that he's holding. So even though we're living in a hostile world much of the time at the moment, even though around us in our own world we might be experiencing anger, frustration, having our buttons pushed by other people, having a lot of stress, a lot of issues relating to the base chakra showing for many of you. That's to do with money, issues to do with money and debt, relationships, safety, security, health. These all come into the red energy, and red can help with all of that. But he's saying even though there are these problems around us at the moment, just look at his face and look at how calm and peaceful it actually is. And it's almost as though we are just being asked to go within. And I'm going to put him back and I'm going to just connect into the red Metatron energy, which he does represent, even though obviously there is this beautiful shamanic energy that he brings through as well. So let me just put him back on the wall. So I've got free hands. Okay. He's saying I shouldn't be such a perfectionist in terms of trying to get it straight. That applies to a lot of us, I think, doesn't it? Okay, right, let's connect into the red energy and let's see what the message is for this month. Okay, so this is the Crimson Base Chakra Energy within the Metatron range. Just feel that now coming down around you. This is the colour, beautiful crimson light. And let's feel for what we need to be looking at in April. Priorities is still coming through very strongly. What is it that we prioritise? Where do we need to take action? Where do we also conversely need to stop and draw a line under proceedings. Where is our energy being drained away from us? What do we need to put our energy into? For some reason, I'm always given analogies that relate to nature. And again, I'm seeing a garden here, and it's almost as though, you know, what, again, I've said this before in previous months, but I'm still getting the same message. What are you choosing to sow? Be very clear about what you are wanting to sow this April time. Okay, so let's go straight into the cards. And I actually wanted to pull a card from my very first deck that I ever got. They're tiny little cards, Diana Cooper's cards. Oh gosh, they must have been out, I don't know, 20 years ago maybe. And they've sat in my drawer not doing much for a long time, but I was called to use them today. So let's just see which of these cards wants to speak to us today. Okay, they're quite hard to shuffle actually because they're all a bit warped and bent. Okay, that's the one that is coming through. Archangel Uriel, yeah, that makes sense to me. It's so perfect. Sometimes you just, you know, I'm amazed by the synchronicities with this stuff. So we're talking about the red ray. We're calling it crimson. It could easily be called ruby. Archangel Uriel works on the ruby ray, which is made up of purple and gold. It is the ray of wisdom and spirituality. You are blessed to attract this angel card, for he will bring you serenity, love, tranquility, and peace. You, in your turn, are invited to spread these beautiful qualities to others. Connecting with Archangel Uriel will enable you to aspire to oneness with all humanity. This is a high state of grace which will bring you freedom and joy. Visualize yourself in a purple and golden cloak and invoke Archangel Uriel's help to raise your consciousness. And the affirmation is, I am one with everyone in peace and serenity. And, you know, and looking at the red painting behind us where he's holding the pipes of peace in this red energy painting, that message from Archangel Uriel, who again works on the red ray with Metatron, just feels really important. We've got a lot of big players coming in to help us with all this red energy stuff that's in our world at the moment. Last month we had the fire dragon, who's still very active, helping to transmute and soak up, or eat up maybe is a better way to put it with dragons, the negative energy that's out there at the moment. We have Archangel Metatron, who is just this amazing umbrella energy really that holds the whole world at the moment. We have Archangel Uriel as one of his really prime helpers, as well as the shamanic influence as well. So I really feel there's a strong message here that whatever you are being challenged by within the red, okay, so think about the base chakra, think about what it is that you're being challenged with. So I do think for most people there's at least one thing going on, and as I say, it's either health, it's relationships, family, security, money. Did I say health? That's a big one at the moment. And health can also include mental health as much as physical health as well, okay? These are all base chakra issues. They all come into the red. So let's work with that red energy right now, and let's just pull it down into our base chakra with the aid of all these amazing energies that we've got. So if you've got the sprays, obviously use them. If not, just go with the guidance that I'm giving you. So red energy, crimson, ruby, red, whatever you want to call it. Let's together just make one of these beautiful energy balls that Metatron is actually holding behind us. He's holding the sun there, but it's obviously something we can do together with the red energy. So I'm just going to put the red into my hands. I'd like you to maybe just rub your hands together. And what we're doing is, many of you will be really familiar with this technique. It's very well known. You are making an energy ball, and this ball is a fiery, beautiful red, crimson, ruby energy. So what I'm doing is I'm just moving my hands back and forth, and I'm feeling for where the energy stops, as it were. So what I'm doing is I'm imagining this beautiful sphere of light that I'm creating, where you are able to do this just as much as me. And you can make it as big as you want to. You just stretch it out. You can make it elongated. You can make it into a shape. Okay, and actually the shape that we're needing to be really making this in, and Metatron is correcting me here, is the cube. And I'm wondering if I've got my beautiful cube crystal to hand. Same technique applies. The cube is related to our base chakras, and today is April the 1st. We're in the 4th month, which again relates to the cube, relates to foundations. So April is a month for looking at our foundations. So again, creating that, what we're now calling a cube, you can actually straighten your hands so you can feel this very firm, beautiful cube within your hands. See it sparkling with the most amazing iridescent red light with silver sparkles, gold sparkles, white sparkles within it as well. But it's a mixture of the red and the white energy. And then just slowly lower your hands and put them onto the base chakra area of the body, which is situated at your tailbone and also at the front area of the body as well. And just allow that red energy now to settle in and to help heal you of whatever issue it is that you've brought forth now for healing with Metatron, okay? And just allow that energy transmission now from me as well as we just connect into the red ray, okay? So I'm just going to send some to you as well. Okay, that feels good. So taking that red energy now all the way down your lower body, base chakra, down into your hips, into your thighs, your knees, behind your knees, your ankles and your feet, down into Mother Earth, connecting into her. Beautiful. Now we're going to ask for some guidance for our emotional state this month, okay? So we're connecting into the gold. I'm going to use the little cards again. They just feel as though they want to be used today. So thinking about our mental state, we're asking for some guidance here. I know many of you are struggling with that at the moment, so let's just go into our emotional state and what advice, support, insight we can gain on that. Okay, I'm being told to stop here. Acceptance is the card. Acceptance means unconditional love. The angels remind you to accept everyone exactly as they are, without judging, blaming, or wanting to change them. When you are totally accepting, you bear no malice or hatred towards anyone or anything. Harmlessness through acceptance is a high state of being, and this is a difficult quality for humans to embrace, for it is a divine quality. Nevertheless, the angels are drawing it to your attention now. You are also asked to accept yourself. When you truly do so, you feel centered and confident, and your divine self is revealed. And the affirmation is, I accept myself and others. I think there are some real truths in that card. So many of you at the moment are suffering because there are people or situations in your life that are affecting you. And so often, we don't mean to do it, but it's a human trait. We try to change the other person. We try to change their behaviour or their thoughts. And what this is really saying, it's saying it is a divine state to be able to reach. So I'm not saying it's easy, but it's about accepting somebody else in terms of how they are. And of course, acceptance doesn't mean necessarily putting up with it. If you're in a relationship and the behaviour is wrong for you, then you don't just have to accept it forever and a day. You might have to accept that it's over. You might have to accept that this is the way things are, and then there is a choice that comes from that. Or it may be that you're just in a situation where through accepting, it can actually bring a great sense of peace, because you realise that their behaviour or that situation isn't necessarily about you, it's about them. And then therefore the only thing you've really got to then work on is yourself. And that's the second part of this message, which is actually about just accepting yourself. Why is that so hard for all of us? It is hard for most of us to accept ourselves as we are. And again, it comes back to the beautiful golden light that Metatron is holding. If you can really connect into that golden center within yourself and connect into your divinity, every time that you feel you're losing it, just connect back into it, breathe into it. You then can re-establish that acceptance of yourself, and it's a step-by-step process. Okay, I want to choose one more card from this deck, and then we're going to move on to another one. So that one, no, sorry, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm being told it's the wrong card. It's Archangel Raphael, so there's nothing wrong with Archangel Raphael, but it's just not this month's energy. It's next month's energy, I'm being told, because it's number 5, of course. Next month is 5 energy with May, and that's a green energy that's coming in. So that's for next month. Now for this month, April, that one is actually coming through. It's the energy of power, which makes sense for what we're talking about here. You are reminded that your essence is divine, so let no one diminish you. When you feel totally serene and at peace, you are powerful, for no one can upset or influence you. Your angel guidance is to find your still, quiet center and then heal your anger, purify your emotions, rely on your own judgment, and take your own decisions. It serves your spiritual growth to take responsibility for your life, so stand on your own feet and be strong. This power, true power, is based on inner strength, self-worth and confidence. Claim your power today. And the affirmation is, I am serene, powerful and confident. That card almost sums up the other 2 previous cards, doesn't it? And I do need to actually just bring down once more that peaceful image of our guide here for the red energy. Okay, he's working with Metatron. I want you just to look into that and just to feel, so I'm a bit dyslexic when it comes to actually trying to put things up the right way. Just look into his face, look into the energy of that image, and just feel, even though there is much going on around him, there is a dynamic energy with all the red. He is grounded, he is feeling secure in himself. He's showing us the way to be. Beautiful, beautiful energy. And funny, actually, I'm seeing here Jane, the artist, has painted the hand here. Now, maybe that has a specific meaning, I don't know, but I'm just tuning into that myself now. And as I was connecting into you all to make this video today, I actually wanted to... Sorry, let me just... I was being told to do that. So it's almost like a release of energy. When we clap, when we drum, when we use music in some way, we are breaking up the stagnant energy. So literally, if you're in a room and you're feeling the energy is dense, of course you can use sprays and you can chant, but the thing about movement and action and actually clapping your hand in that way, you're breaking up energy. You're also... it's as though we're activating the aura. We're just sprucing up the energy. So I'm feeling I need to do that today. Probably looking totally crazy on film, but I don't care, because the whole point about this month is about standing in your own power. Stop worrying about what other people think. Reclaim your power and take action. Now, I'm wanting to use a deck here, 2 decks. I'm going to use the Tony Carmine Salerno deck, which is the Spirit Oracle. I'm going to pull 3 cards, and I'm also going to pull a colour card from the Colour Mirrors Oracle deck as well. And Colour Mirrors is something that I was trained in and I taught for about 10 years, so something I'm still very familiar with. But anyway, let's have 3 cards, please, then, Archangel Metatron, for guidance at an individual level now for April. April 2016. Okay, number 1. Put them down. Dreaming of you. Number 2. Innocence. Number 3. Soulmate. Interesting. I before I do one of these monthly videos, I try not to look at other people's stuff because I like it just to come through me and for it to very much be my words and, you know, the channeling from Metatron. But I did look at one person, I can't even remember who they were last night, but there was something about Soulmate coming through in April in this other person's reading. And we've got the card, we've got 2 cards here that are quite interesting, and they do relate to love. One is the Soulmate card, and the other one is to do with dreaming of you. And again, these both feel very much about intimacy and reconnecting with a partner, with somebody who you truly love, who you truly have a connection with. Let's look at them one by one, because the first one feels as though is this one, which is dreaming of you. The words on the back say, someone you love will appear to you in your dreams. They reflect a part of you, a time of remembrance, a time of reflection and healing. So to me, that says it's not necessarily somebody who has to actually come back into your life, but it may well be somebody who is always going to be part of your life. And again, there's an acceptance of that needs to happen. It doesn't mean that communication can't happen between you and them. It also probably means that communication takes place in dream state. I know that some of you are going to be really relating to what I'm saying here. So it's almost as though there's past loves, or there are people that maybe it just never quite worked with, or it might even be people you've not met yet. But there is this soulmate connection with somebody coming through in April. Love, partnership, magnetic attraction between 2 people, union. You discover a deep sense of self through a relationship with another. So this is either something that's almost happening in a weird way, sort of in the ethers, and it's happening in dream state, as I say, or it may be something that is actually physically happening as well. It can also be a deepening relationship with the one that you're with, or it could be that you're going to meet the love of your life. I hope you do this month. For some of you, that might well be appropriate and applicable too. But there's something here about the union between you and your beloved deepening this April. And it feels quite special. Feels quite special. Just want to see if there's anything else that comes up with that. I'm just struck by the colours actually on the Soulmate card. They're almost the same colours as our Red Indian card. They're the reds and the oranges and the yellows. So there is a sort of a bit of passion coming into this April as well. Certainly in the Northern Hemisphere, we're into spring, and you know, it just brings with it that feeling of passion again, and wanting to get out and about, and also just reconnect maybe with partners and things as well. So April feels quite a nice, passionate, sexual, intimate time, and there's definitely a deepening of relationships that are happening. The third card that comes up is this one, which is about innocence, okay? And it says, innocence, purity, joy. You are encouraged to just be you. Be a shining light for the world. Expect positive outcomes to flow from your honesty and pure intentions. It's the same message coming through, isn't it? Just be you. Stop trying to be somebody else. Stop thinking that you need to change to become a different version of who you already are. You are absolutely perfect as you already are. We all have work still to be done on ourselves. But it's about engaging with the person that you are now and making the most of all the opportunities that April brings to you. I'm going to pull a colour card here. As I say, this is from the Colour Mirrors deck. And let's just see again, oops, sorry, which energy is coming through. That one. I was just thinking I haven't said anything about Archangel Sandalphon and bronze. I said we were going to use that. Copper Dragon Energy Healer. Okay. So yeah, we're linked into the bronze energy, which is what I had out to use anyway. connecting into the earth, connecting into our own innate ability to heal ourselves as well. So let's connect into the bronze and see for any message that comes through. So I'm putting the bronze around me. This relates to Archangel Sandalphon and the Earth Star Chakra beneath our feet, needing to be properly anchored this month. Let's just see what this energy wants to say to us. It's safe to be who you are. Again, if you think about the plant that has been seeded, wants to come through now, wants to burst from the soil, it does so because it knows that the conditions are right for it to bloom. It knows that springtime is here. That's obviously symbolic. I know not everyone is in springtime, but it feels as though this is a time for change to happen in a it's a natural way. And again, I just want you to connect down now into your knees for some reason in particular. So going to the knees, feeling that bronze energy flowing down into your knees. And I can really feel an activation around the knee chakras. And this is to do with moving forward in life again. So if there's any inflexibility around the knees, just allowing that bronze energy now to flow down into them, releasing any stuck energy, allowing that now to flow down through your body, through the palms of your feet into the earth where it's transmuted. And then we've just got that bronze energy that's going in, offering support to the joints. And if you think about the joints of the body, it's where we're actually able to move. If we didn't have joints, we wouldn't be able to move anything. We wouldn't be able to move our arms, we wouldn't be able to move our legs. So something about taking care of our joints this month as well. So the bronze energy, for any of you that suffer from that, is very good for joints and bones and skeletal issues generally. Okay, I'm going to finish now with one message here from another card deck, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, and I want to see what we get with this deck for April 2016. Take the one off the top of the deck, and it's the Cosmos, Creativity, Vastness, 41. So we've got that 4 energy going on as well. Okay, it's a rather beautiful image, that, isn't it? And I'm being told I need to just look at what that card represents for us. So just excuse me, I'll just look that up for you. 41. The cosmos appears always as an ally and never as a challenger. Creativity in all forms is represented by the cosmos. This is a sign to place your attention on creative projects. They will be successful. Remember that all of life is creative and you're always co-creating with the divine. The cosmos always represents the principle of infinity and the vastness of the energetic exchange of consciousness influencing all living things. This teaches us that every intention we set is in fact contagious with the power to influence others. We're entangled at our deepest energetic place, so we can't help but have an effect on others, from an individual level to a global one. This is a sign to remind you to open up to the well of creativity deep within you and be mindful of your thoughts and actions, both of which influence your outer world. Most important, keep taking action towards your goals as the cosmos responds perfectly to manifest your highest destiny. So we had Archangel Uriel coming in earlier in this session, and he talked about the purple ray. And the purple ray within the Metatron system is the sacral chakra, which is what that's talking about, because the sacral chakra is the place where our creativity stems from. So I still feel as though in April we're really working on the lower chakras in particular. We're working on our base chakra still. We're working on our sacral chakra with the purple to just allow our creativity to come about. Feels as though if there's been projects on the boil for a few months or longer, that now is a time they can really start to come into fruition. But I'm hearing the words, you have to keep the faith, you know, you have to keep the energy buoyant. And there's nothing worse than going into a bit of a sinking place because it's not working in the way that you want it to or in the time frame that you want it to. So it's keeping your energy high at all times, keeping that sacral chakra and the base chakra fired up with these powerful colour energies that we've got this month. We've got the reds, we've got the purples. So let's just connect into the purple. This is called plum within the system that I use with Metatron. So purple light now flowing down into your sacral chakra. It's got a beautiful florally essence to this one. It's light but also with a depth to it. It's really beautiful. And just breathe that purple light now into the sacral chakra. This is into the reproductive area of the body for men and for women. And that represents fertility, new life, new beginnings, sexuality, action, creation. What do you want to create this April? It's there to be taken. So I hope that's helped you for the start of April. Wish you a good month. I'll definitely be making another video this month, which will be on spiritual protection. I've done the first one, there's another one coming up. And next few weeks for me are quite busy. I'm running a Archangel Metatron level 1 in Bournemouth, which is fully booked now. There are still spaces on a Archangel Metatron and the Elements course in May in the New Forest. So any of the people who are watching, well, wherever you are, we've got people flying in from European countries for that. But if you're up in London or you're further up north, just get the train down. It's a beautiful hotel set in the New Forest, and it's going to be a really special time. We're going to be looking at the 5 elements of fire, earth, water, air and light. Okay, and I think the Red Indian's going to be making an appearance in that as well. Also, there are dates up on my website for my trip to Canada. There are some spaces still left again on the Elements course, which is June the 25th, 26th from memory. And I've also got dates up for when I'm going to be in Virginia in USA later on this year, September and October. So much love everybody. Have a good April and enjoy your day today. Much love. Bye.